Welcome back to Rhythm Guitar Book 2. This book focuses on open chords, strumming, and fingerstyle patterns. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own copy of Rhythm Guitar 2 that you can read from and write in. So I'll leave a link for that in the description. We're on page 39 and we have a new marking, the NC marking. And we have a rhythm chart that'll give you plenty of practice in playing your new D and A7 chords. At the top of page 39, we have this NC marking. Every once in a while, where you would normally see a chord above the music, you'll see the NC marking, and NC simply means no chord. So if you are the rhythm guitar player, in other words, you're the chord player, and you run across one of those, you just stop playing until the next chord. The first example at the top of page 39 shows how an NC marking might appear in your music. We have this melody here. And we have a C chord. In the third measure, there's an NC. Now notice the NC is above the second beat. So what you might do is something like this. And now we're looking at the second example. You just play your pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In that third measure, instead of playing a bass note or whatever pattern you're going to be doing, you would just play the whole chord and then mute on beat 2 where it says NC. Now there is another C chord marked in the last measure, so that's where you pick it up again. So altogether, I might handle this something like this. 2, 3, 4. At the bottom of page 39, we have exercise R56. This is in common time, so we have 4 beats per measure, and our tempo is quarter equals 108. So that's 108. And as I always say, if that's a little too fast, just get a metronome, set your own tempo, and then gradually pick up the speed. As you can see, there are no slashes. This is all pure rhythmic notation, so you're going to be strumming whatever rhythms you see there. Remember, when we have eighth notes, we're going to play down on the downbeats, or your numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, and up on the upbeats, or the ands of the beats, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's take a look at some of these rhythms and chords. At the beginning, we have a D major chord, which is one of your new chords. 1, 2, and 3, and 4. So that's going to be down, down, up, down, up, down. That moves to an A7. Remember, you can play A7 with fingers 1 and 2 or fingers 2 and 3. In this case, it makes more sense to play your A7 with fingers 1 and 2 because these 2 fingers from the D chord just have to move a string over. Anyway, the rhythm for that A7, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Remember to mute on beat 4 because we have a rest. And again, our strumming pattern there is down, up, down, rest. And then we have a G chord and a D chord with the same rhythms as we just played in the first 2 measures. In the second line, we have lots of rest, at least at the beginning. So we have a D, rest, A7, rest, A7 with fingers 1 and 2. Then we just have to move those 2 fingers back to get to the D chord. 2, 3, rest. Then we have an E minor chord. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, or down, down, up, down, up, down. Then we have a kind of a quick move from D to A7. 1 and 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2, 3, 4, or down, up, down, rest. Third line, we have a G chord, 1 and 2, D chord, 3 and 4. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4 moves to A7, 1 and 2, 3, 4, always being aware of our pick direction. Third measure of this third line, we have the same rhythm as we did in the first measure of this line. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, then D chord 1 and 2 and 3, 4. E minor, 1, 2 and 3, 4. Resting on beat 4. A7, same rhythm as the E minor you just played. 1, 2, and 3, 4, and then our D chord at the end. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Or our strumming direction is going to be down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. I'm going to play this one 2 times. First time it's going to be up to tempo at quarter equals 108. Second time it's going to be slower at quarter equals 85. And as always, play along with the video so you can practice keeping a steady tempo. And if you don't like the tempo, if 108 is a little too fast for you, start at a slower speed and gradually build. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, 1, 2, ready, play. Your assignment is to practice the rhythm chart on page 39. Pay attention to your strumming direction. Make sure you're strumming down on the downbeats and up on the upbeats. And as always, work on keeping a steady beat by playing along with the video or play to a metronome so you can set your own tempo. Practice this rhythm chart until you're comfortable with it, a week, maybe more, maybe less. And when you're ready, I'll see you on page 40 for a couple new rhythm charts.